their school functioning is failing.
And can you tell me a little bit about that progress book?
Progress book is a thing that the school uses where they communicate with the child and the parent about grades. And, some teachers will say, missing assignments on there. And, that's a very common thing for kids with ADHD to have things not even turned in. So you can sort of go through that each time at each visit and see what's missing and encourage the parents to use that as a tool at home as well.
Okay. And what are some of the common target behaviors that you'd want a pediatric ADHD patient with primarily inattentive symptoms to focus on?
So increasing their focus and, being able to complete tasks like reading a book or getting a homework assignment done, being able to study. I mean, it's a lot of school-based sort of things that really my patients mostly struggle with. There are some things at home too, but I'm not sure. It's attention, to your chores and your tasks. Sometimes it's just parenting and kids where they don't want to do things. It's kind of trying to figure out what the difference is,
Yeah. And then what do you think is the best way to measure their progress to those goals?
Well, like I said before, I try to use the sort of objective measures that they're obtaining through schoolwork and through whatever, some of them are working on like on their own. They're doing like homeschooling stuff, and they can sort of tell you how many lessons they've completed and if they're on track with where they're supposed to be. So just kind of measuring it that way.
Okay, got it. Just typing what you're saying. And so you mentioned progress book as an objective measure for schoolwork. Is there any other ones you're thinking of?
So I guess, progress book is sort of like what we would call a report card. But I have other kids who attend a behavioral school, and they're kind of given daily behavior grades and reports, and they work on a level system. So I'll sort of ask them what level they're on, and that kind of gives me an idea about whether they're making progress or whether they're not making progress or declining. So there's some sort of standards that I know for whatever school that the kid goes to, whether they're getting their card moved or their color changed or, everybody kind of has a little bit of a different system. So you just kind of have to find out what system they're working with and ask about it.
Yeah. And then how do you gauge if they're doing better or having trouble with kind of the domains or scenarios like relationships or bedtime, mornings, that sort of thing?
Yeah, so then I have the parents in every session with the kids, and they're kind of giving collateral information about that, about bedtime, about morning time, about, getting out the door, all that kind of stuff. And relationships, sometimes that's a little harder to assess because sometimes they're not paying much attention to it, but they just kind of ask about friends. And then if you're talking about troubles in the classroom, some of that kind of stuff will come up that they have to be put off to the side because they're distracting others or, that they're getting in trouble for making noise in the hallway and have to be by the teacher, those sort of things come out during the session.
Yeah. Okay.